Welcome back to ATVN. I'm live here at Cromwell Field, where earlier today the Trojans, former Trojans, had their opportunity to show themselves off in front of the NFL scouts and players. A lot of talk's been about Mark Sanchez, but there are many other players in the draft that can prove a commodity for any team. The University of Southern California is on spring break. Students head out to destinations across the continent. But for one group of Trojans, the workload is only getting harder. The Corvallis curse struck early this year, just 3 games into the season, but it was enough to plummet the Trojans in the rankings, and they never recovered, having to go to Pasadena yet again. Hanley Ramirez, David Ortiz, Miguel Tejada, Jose Reyes. The Dominican Republic's World Baseball Classic team sounds like a roll call for the All-Star game, but late last night the Dominican was knocked out by the Netherlands team with only 2 Major League players on its roster. Somewhere between Los Angeles and New York City is a state that's only in the news for 2 reasons: horse racing and college basketball. The undefeated, top-ranked men's water polo team will try to run the table this weekend by winning their final 2 games of the regular season. The NBA announced today Boston's Rajon Rondo would not be disciplined for his hard foul at the end of last night's game, but the Orlando Magic's all-star center Dwight Howard was not so lucky.
Here come the Trojans, headed down the home stretch, trying to make the playoffs. It's gonna be close.
With only a few weeks of games left, the Trojans are in the home stretch of the season. I'm Jonathan Stallsmith in the clubhouse.
At quarterback, Mark Sanchez had to step up big time, filling in the shoes of John David Booty, who had just won the Rose Bowl MVP. Sanchez filled in the pocket well, winning a Rose Bowl MVP for himself, but 15 days later, he made a decision that shocked the Trojan family.
I have decided that I will forego a 5th year at USC and declare my eligibility for the 2009 NFL Draft.
The one and done is something USC fans might have to get used to on the basketball court, but it's not something they are accustomed to on the football field, when a quarterback starts just 1 full season before declaring for the NFL Draft. In fact, of the 5 Trojan quarterbacks Pete Carroll has sent to the pros, Mark Sanchez is the first and only to forgo his college eligibility to declare for the NFL.
I don't agree with the assessment of the decision, and Mark and I know that. We've been going till late last night to make sure that we were on the same page, and we covered all of it, and he was well aware of what he gives up to go now.
While Carroll and Sanchez might not have agreed on the decision, the coach did show support for the work Sanchez had done at USC.
He's always a Trojan. He's part of this family and always will be.
Sanchez only started 16 games in his Trojan career, but as a full-time starter in 2008, Sanchez completed 65% of his passes for over 3,200 yards and 34 touchdowns and only 10 interceptions.
He's just a really all-around leader, good quarterback, moves around in the pocket, makes good throws, and he can move the football for the offense.
Sanchez's progress during the season, which culminated with 413 yards on 28 completions, both career highs, and 4 touchdowns in a 38-24 win over Penn State in the Rose Bowl, proved he was one of the elite quarterbacks in college football.
Well, I think he's developed not only physically but mentally. You know, he's really grown in his grasp of not only our offense but football in general. I think he's grown from a leadership standpoint. He's just extremely strong mentally, and I think that's the thing as a coach you get excited about, to watch a kid grow mentally, not just physically.
In foregoing his final year of eligibility to go pro, Mark Sanchez passed up on many accolades he could have won at USC, including a national championship or a Heisman Trophy. Still, Sanchez says he accomplished the goals he set for himself as a Trojan.
When I came here, I had 2 main goals. The first of which was to earn my degree, and the second was to get a chance to compete. I'm proud to say that this spring I'll have the opportunity to do both, as I will earn my degree from the Annenberg School for Communication and set myself up to compete in the NFL.
Sanchez will never suit up in the Cardinal and gold again, but he made it clear he will always be a part of the Trojan family.
I hope that the Trojan family will continue to support me as I take this next step, as I will be always supportive of them. Thank you to this, great academic institution, this legendary program, and I will always fight on.
Reporting for the 2008 Trojan Touchback, I'm Jonathan Stallsmith.
The best part of spring break is college basketball, and if you're a basketball fan, you're getting an early start on break, as I'm sure you know. We'll have highlights coming up next. Closer to home, there's no relaxing for the women of Troy on the tennis court. They took on Arizona State earlier today. And on the diamond, a World Baseball Classic upset for the ages. Sports is next. Manny Ramirez and the Dodgers have finally agreed on a deal after months of negotiation and 5 different offers.
I'm so happy it finally happened. Got my hopes up last week when I thought it was happening. I've been following it every day since the end of the season.
I was getting a little nervous at this point. I thought the Dodgers should have consummated the deal a long time ago, so very happy that it finally got done.
Ramirez agreed to the same 2-year, $45 million contract he rejected just last week after it became clear there wouldn't be a better offer.
This is what the market is dictating. In November, it looked like there might be bigger deals that would come along for more years, more money, more teams involved in a bidding process.
With Manny signed, the Dodgers are looking to win their second consecutive NL West pennant.
When Manny is into it, he's certainly one of the best hitters in the game, and I think that the Dodgers is the right team for him, and Joe Torre is the right manager for him.
The one caveat is Manny can opt out of his deal after one season. We'll have more on the reaction to Manny signing later on in the show, but first, back to the news. Bored with college basketball? There's some great college hockey going on. Unfortunately, America doesn't care enough to give us a highlight, so in honor of hockey, let's ship it up to Boston. Whoa! Last night, Bruins up 1-0. David Krejci feeds Patrice Bergeron, who finds the big guy, Zdeno Chara, sweeping the garbage off the back porch. In South Florida, the Marlins have started off the season hot, given it's been against Washington, who, for the sake of my never-ending quest to bash the Clippers, are MLB's equivalent to the Clips. Even so, the Nationals got things going early as Austin Kearns singles in Elijah Dukes. Nationals go up 2-0. But Marlins pitcher Chris Volstad settles in after that as he strikes out Elijah Dukes and then Ryan Zimmerman. Umpire, clean the ball off. That's filthy. It's tied 2-2 in the fifth, but not anymore. Dan Ugla cleaning the bases with this double. Marlins go up 5-2 and go on to improve their record to 3-0. It was my favorite holiday on Monday, opening day, and with baseball season going, I got my Red Sox tie on, and to honor America's pastime, let's take a look at the best play of opening day. We'll go right back to South Florida. Emilio Bonifacio at the dish. He has 0 career home runs, which might explain why the Washington center fielder was playing shortstop. But goodness, Lastings Millage, you and your crazy name, that gives Bonifacio the boost he needed. And run, Forrest, run! The third baseman picks up his first career home run and the first opening day inside the Parker since 1968. We talked about championship week in college basketball, and this time of year, you have to expect the last-second heroics. Last night in South Dakota, the tie game, clock running out, Ben Woodside, and boom goes the dynamite. The Bison win as Woodside punches North Dakota State's ticket to the big dance later this month. The NCAA championship was Saturday, and what a game it was. Miami of Ohio was up 2-1 with 4 minutes left. Make it 3-1. The Redhawks trying to win their school's first ever national championship, but BU would not go away. Zach Cohen knocks his backhander in with 59 seconds left. Then Nick Bonino takes this feed from Matt Gilroy and ties the game with 17 ticks remaining. In overtime, Kevin Shattenkirk for Colby Cohen, who hits the floater off a Miami defender, and like a Tim Wakefield knuckleball just down the street from BU, this one dances into the back of the net. BU wins its 5th hockey national championship.